Hello, friends. Once upon a time in a village near a lake, there lived a poor boy. The boy's parents died when he was very young, so his kind uncle brought him up as his own son. They were so poor that they had to eat fruits and vegetables from their small garden and fish from the lake to survive. But the boy was happy because he knew that no one would love him more than his uncle. One day the boy went fishing in the lake, but he did not catch even a single fish. This made him sad, and he sat down on the bank of the lake, feeling sorry for himself. Suddenly, an old man appeared before him. "Why are you so sad?" he asked the boy. "Oh, I am so poor," said the boy, "that I cannot even buy food for myself." The old man said, "You are indeed very poor, but your poverty is only in your mind. There is enough food in this world to feed everyone, but only those who know where to look can get it. Do you want me to show you where you can get food without money?" "Yes, please," said the boy. The old man took him to a huge water tank filled with all kinds of precious stones. "This is real wealth," said the old man. "All the people living nearby know about this tank, but only those who are wise enough can make use of it." Then the old man gave the boy a small bucket and said, "Fill this bucket with water from the tank and take it home. Your family will have food for the whole year." The boy thanked the old man and started filling the bucket. When his uncle saw the bucket filled with water from the magical tank, he became very happy. He understood what it meant, and he immediately went to the other villagers and told them to come and take some water from the magical tank. All the villagers filled their buckets and became rich. But after a few days, heavy rains began to pour, and the rivers started overflowing. The people whose houses were near the lake could not save their belongings and ran away from their homes. Seeing this, the boy became very worried. He thought it was because of him that the people were suffering. So he went to the old man and asked him how to stop the flood. The old man said, "You are the only one who can stop the flood now. If you want to help the people, you must dive into the lake and bring out the water from it." Though the boy was scared, he jumped into the lake without wasting any time. After struggling for some time, he reached the bottom of the lake and saw that there was a big hole in it. Some strong underwater currents were coming out from that hole and overflowing on the ground. If he plugged that hole, the flood would stop. So he used all his strength and plugged the hole with his hands. But as soon as he did that, a giant appeared before him. The giant was very angry and said, "Hey, you foolish boy, why did you plug the hole? If the water does not overflow from the lake, we will dry up." "I'm sorry," said the boy, "but the river was overflowing, and people's houses were getting destroyed. I wanted to help them." The giant said, "Your good deeds will be rewarded. But tell me, why should I help you?" The boy said, "If you help me, I will tell you the secret of eternal youth. Everyone in the world wants to be young forever. And if you become young again, you will never die. You will be as powerful as you are now, and no one will be able to defeat you." The giant was tempted by his offer and said, "Okay, I will help you." With the giant's help, the boy came out of the lake and the flood stopped. The people were very happy to see the boy and thanked him for saving their lives. But no one understood how he had stopped the flood. After some time, the giant called the boy and said, "Now, give me the secret of eternal youth." The boy said, "Close your eyes and take a deep breath." The giant closed his eyes and took a deep breath. As soon as he did that, the boy splashed water on his face. The giant got very angry and shouted at the top of his voice, "You foolish boy, why did you splash water on me?" The boy said, "I did exactly what you asked. You told me to make you young again, and that is why I splashed water on your face." The giant was very angry, but he could not do anything. The boy had kept his promise. After that, the giant disappeared. From that day on, the boy was considered a hero of the village. People built a statue of him in the center of the village, and every year on his birthday, they used to organize competitions in which they used to dive into the lake and search for precious stones. Whoever found the biggest stone was declared the winner of the competition. Once a king came to the village to attend one of those competitions. When he saw the statue of the boy, he asked the villagers, "Who is this?" The villagers replied, "He is our hero. He saved our lives from the flood." The king was impressed by the boy's bravery and asked him to come to the palace and work for him. The boy agreed and soon became the king's favorite because of his intelligence and bravery. One day the king called his counselors and said, "I want all of you to leave the kingdom for 2 months and travel around the world. You must bring back whatever you think is the most precious thing in the world." They bowed before the king and left the kingdom. After 40 days, one of the counselors returned. He had a big box with him, which he opened in front of the king. Inside the box there were millions of gold coins. The king was very happy and asked him, "How did you find these gold coins?" The counselor said, "I met an old man in the forest who gave me these gold coins." The king was surprised and said, "I want to meet that old man." "But your majesty," said the counselor, "the old man looked very weak and sick. I don't think he will be alive by the time you reach the forest." The king did not listen to him and left the palace with his army. When they reached the forest, the old man was indeed dead. The king was very disappointed, but then he remembered that the boy was also not present in the kingdom. So he sent for him. The king told the boy everything and asked him to go to the forest and bring the old man to the palace. The boy took some of his soldiers and went to the forest. When they reached the old man's hut, he was indeed dead. But the boy had an idea. He ordered his soldiers to bring water from the magical lake and sprinkle it on the old man. After some time, the old man opened his eyes and sat up. The boy was very happy to see that the old man was alive. He made him wear new clothes and took him to the palace. When the king saw the old man, he asked, "How did you become so powerful that even death cannot touch you?" The old man said, "I am not immortal, but there is a boy who saved my life many years ago. Because of that, I can live for a few more years whenever I feel like dying. The boy who saved my life is none other than you." The king was shocked to hear that. He fell at the boy's feet and asked for forgiveness for misbehaving with him. From that day on, the king and the boy became best friends and ruled the kingdom together. Once upon a time in a city, there lived a very honest woodcutter. One day, while cutting wood in the forest, he saw a beautiful bird trapped in a hunter's net. The woodcutter freed the bird, and in return the bird gave him a golden feather. Every day after that, the woodcutter used to go to the forest to free birds trapped in the nets, and in return, he used to collect golden feathers. After some time, he had collected a lot of gold, but he hid it in the ground. One day a king came to the forest to hunt birds. His dog caught a bird and brought it to the king. That bird also had a golden feather in its hand. The king became curious and asked the bird, "Where do you get such beautiful golden feathers from?" The bird said, "A poor woodcutter collects these golden feathers from us. If you want, I can take you to his house." The king was very happy to hear that and agreed. When the king reached the woodcutter's house, he asked him, "How do you get so much gold?" The woodcutter told the king everything. The king was impressed by his honesty and offered him the post of the royal treasurer. The woodcutter accepted the offer and soon became the richest man in the kingdom. That's all for today. Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching.